Hello everyone, and welcome back to Glow with K-Beauty. I'm your host, Jody. Hey skincare lovers! Today, I'm revealing a hidden gem from Korea that's been creating serious buzz, Madecassol. You might have heard of those pricey skin regeneration creams, but what if I told you there's an affordable alternative that works just as well? Madecassol is a Korean skin regeneration cream known for its soothing and healing properties. Originally used for treating minor wounds and burns, it's now beloved in the skincare world for fading acne scars, calming redness, and speeding up skin recovery. It contains Madecassoside, derived from Centella Asiatica, an ingredient famed for repairing skin and boosting collagen. And the best part? A tube of Madecassol costs just a fraction of luxury brands, yet offers comparable results. If you're looking for effective, budget-friendly skincare that truly delivers, give Madecassol a try. Your skin will thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay glowing. Subscriptions, likes, and notification settings are small acts of kindness that give strength and courage to the hosts of the podcast. Stay tuned!
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're cutting through some of the buzz around a skin secret you might actually find, well, not in a fancy department store, but maybe right in your local pharmacy.
Or even a convenience store sometimes.
Exactly. We're talking about Madecassol. Now, most people probably know it for, cuts and scrapes.
Mm-hmm. Basic first aid stuff.
But there's this huge community online that's really embraced it as like a skin regeneration miracle.
It's quite a leap, isn't it?
It really is. So today we're doing a deep dive into Madecassol. This popular ointment, people are mixing it into their skincare routines. What's the real story? Is it the affordable holy grail people say it is?
Or is there more to it?
Right. Our mission here is to unpack the science, look at its surprising origins, clear up some common misunderstandings, and give you the essential do's and don'ts.
And we're basing this on insights from professionals, particularly a useful YouTube video from Shanoam.
Yeah, we want to help you really understand what you're putting on your skin. So is this drugstore staple really the secret to glowing skin? Or is there a catch?
It's actually fascinating how a product basically designed for wound care became this skincare sensation.
Yeah.
And understanding its core components, that's really key.
Totally. So when we talk about Madecassol,
Right.
most people just see it as, a simple ointment for when you get a nick or something.
Right. Standard stuff.
But the main ingredient, Centella Asiatica, that's where the story gets interesting. It's often called tiger grass.
Mm-hmm. There's that legend, right, about tigers rubbing their wounds on it.
Yeah. And its Korean name, Pol, literally means something like disease grass, which sounds a bit intense.
Well, it really highlights how, traditional remedies often have these powerful compounds that science later isolates and uses.
Makes sense.
And here's the big connection for your skincare routine. That Centella Asiatica, that's the cica, and all those popular cica creams you see everywhere now.
Oh, right. So that's where cica comes from.
Exactly. The term cica is basically derived straight from Centella Asiatica.
Wow. So it's quite a journey, isn't it? From like folk legends about tigers to being in high-end creams.
It is.
So how did it make that leap? How did this wound healer get into our moisturizers?
Well, it seems people just started experimenting, mixing tiny amounts of the Madecassol ointment into their regular moisturizer.
Just trying it out.
Yeah. And they started reporting some pretty interesting benefits. Things like calming sensitive skin, helping with regeneration, maybe even improving skin elasticity.
Okay, but hold on. While it sounds like a super cheap option, especially if you grab it at, say, Daiso, there's maybe a bit of a cost illusion going on.
That's a really important point. A lot of people think, oh, this is so affordable.
Yeah, because the tube itself is cheap.
Right, but
Yeah.
look the size. Madecassol usually comes in really small tubes, maybe 6 grams, 10 grams. Tiny.
Okay.
So if you're actually using this on your whole face every day, even mixed in, you're going to go through that tube super quickly.
Ah, right. So the cost per use isn't necessarily low.
Exactly. That budget hack might not be such a hack after all, compared to buying a larger, properly formulated skincare product meant for facial use.
Okay, that definitely clears up the cost aspect.
Yeah.
But what about the different types you see? There's like powder, gel, cream. Does the form matter much?
Oh, it absolutely does. And knowing the differences helps you choose what's right for, your specific skin.
Okay.
So you've got the powder form. It's known for absorbing moisture and oil.
So maybe better for oily skin.
Potentially, yeah, but you have to be careful because too much powder can actually be drying.
Right.
Then there's the gel form. Now, this one often contains things like lavender oil, maybe some anhydrous ethanol ingredients that some people might prefer to avoid on their face.
Mm-hmm. Sensitivities and stuff.
Exactly. And then the cream form is often a preferred option, generally speaking, for its texture and balance.
So it really comes down to your skin type and what you prefer.
Pretty much, yeah. Personal preference plays a big role.
Okay, so we've got this ingredient, Centella Asiatica. It's in Madecassol, people mixing it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you mentioned a kind of warning sign flashing. What's the deal there?
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting because Madecassol has this dual nature. It's effective, sure, but you have to understand it's a medicine, not just a cosmetic.
Right.
So the simple mixing method is just, a bit of Madecassol with a basic water-based moisturizer, hydration plus regeneration.
Okay.
But there's this sort of ultimate boost tip some people talk about, putting Vaseline petroleum jelly over the Madecassol moisturizer mist.
Vaseline on top.
Yeah. Vaseline is a powerful occlusive. Basically, it creates a barrier.
Seals everything in.
Exactly. It stops the Madecassol actives and the moisturizer from just evaporating off your skin. So it maximizes absorption, maximizes the effect. You get, extreme moisturizing and regeneration.
Wow, that sounds intense, especially for dry skin. But you said there's a crucial caveat, a warning.
Yes, and this is really important. Madecassol is fundamentally a medicine for wound healing. It's not designed as a cosmetic, okay?
Oh.
And because it's a pharmaceutical product, it often contains other additives besides the main active ingredient, things you wouldn't typically find in cosmetics.
Additives needed for its medicinal purpose, maybe.
Precisely. And the problem is continuous long-term exposure to these additives could potentially lead to issues like skin sensitization, allergic reactions, or just generally increased skin sensitivity over time.
Ah, okay, so it's not meant for constant everyday use like a regular face cream.
That's the advice, yeah. The source we looked at suggests using it for shorter periods, say 2 to 4 weeks, maybe when your skin is particularly stressed or sensitive.
And then take a break.
And then take a break, use it when needed, not as a daily staple forever.
That's a really important distinction.
Yeah.
So this warning about long-term use, are there specific versions of Madecassol that we should be extra careful with? Maybe some that carry more risk?
Yes, absolutely. And this is probably the most critical piece of advice. You should never use Madecassol products that contain antibiotics or steroids for general skincare or for long-term use.
Okay, antibiotics and steroids. Why are they in some versions?
Well, antibiotics, like neomycin, which you might see listed, are there to kill bacteria and prevent infection in actual wounds. That's their job.
Makes sense for a cut.
Right. But using antibiotics on your skin long-term when you don't have an infection, that's a recipe for bacterial resistance.
Meaning the antibiotics might not work when you actually need them later.
Exactly. It's a serious concern in medicine.
Okay, definitely want to avoid that. What about the steroids?
Steroids, like hydrocortisone acetate, are powerful anti-inflammatory drugs. They can seem like a miracle cure, a sort of panacea for acute skin issues. Very effective, but potent.
But there's a downside to long-term use.
A big one. Chronic steroid use on the skin can make it thin, fragile, super sensitive. It basically weakens the skin's natural ability to heal and protect itself.
Wow.
The source used a good analogy. It's like leaving training wheels on a boat forever. The steroids help temporarily, but the skin never learns to function properly on its own. It becomes dependent and fragile.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so avoiding antibiotics and steroids is key. How can people check? How do they know what's in the tube they're buying?
You really have to read the label. Look at the active ingredients list.
Okay.
The source specifically recommended checking the manufacturer's website, Dongkook Pharmaceutical, for the most reliable info. You're looking for neomycin, that's the antibiotic, and hydrocortisone acetate, that's the steroid.
Got it. Neomycin and hydrocortisone acetate.
So based on that, the ones to absolutely avoid for general skin regeneration purposes are Bocop Madecassol. That one has both antibiotic and steroid.
Okay, avoid Boca.
And also avoid Madecassol Care because that one contains the antibiotic neomycin.
Got it. Bocop and Care are out for regular skincare.
Right. Now, the versions that are generally considered safe for this kind of cosmetic off-label use because they don't have antibiotics or steroids are Madecassol Gel,
Okay.
the general Madecassol ointment, sometimes called Ilben Madecassol, and Madecassol powder.
Gel, general
Yeah.
Meta powder.
Yeah. And usually the type of Madecassol you find easily in places like Daiso or convenience stores tends to be one of these safer ones without the extra drugs. But always check.
Always check the label. Good advice.
Mhm.
So, given all these complexities, the different types, the warnings about additives and long-term use, the risk of mixing, it makes you wonder, is the best path just buying something actually designed for this, like a proper Cica cream?
It often is the smarter path, especially for consistent use. And this really highlights how the cosmetics industry uses science to create better, more predictable products.
How so?
Well, first, another warning about DIY mixing. Definitely avoid mixing Madecassol with other active or functional cosmetics.
Like whitening creams or anti-wrinkle stuff?
Exactly. The problem is you have no idea how the specific pharmaceutical additives in Madecassol might react with the complex ingredients in those specialized creams.
Could make things less effective or cause a reaction.
Potentially either, yeah. It's just an unknown interaction. So if you are going to mix, stick to only very simple water-based moisturizers. Nothing fancy.
Keep it simple.
But really, the best alternative, and what's strongly recommended if you want consistent results, is to use professionally formulated Cica creams or specific Madecassol-based cosmetic creams.
Like the ones Dongkook Pharmaceutical makes themselves for cosmetic use.
Exactly like those. Because they're developed by experts who understand how ingredients work together synergies.
Okay.
They combine the Centella Asiatica extract with other beneficial ingredients, like, say, vitamin C.
And vitamin C works well with Centella.
Yeah, research suggests it does. Vitamin C can enhance the antioxidant effect of Centella, potentially boost collagen synthesis, and even improve absorption. It's a planned synergy.
So the pre-made stuff is formulated for better results.
Right. And while they might seem more expensive up front than that little tube of ointment, you're getting a product designed for facial skin, often in a larger volume, with ingredients chosen to work together safely and effectively. It removes the guesswork and the risks of DIY.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So let's recap quickly. Madecassol, or rather its core ingredient, Centella Asiatica, definitely has genuine skin regeneration benefits.
No doubt about that. It's a powerful ingredient.
But it's crucial for you, the listener, to be a really well-informed user.
Absolutely. The key things to remember are always choose Madecassol products without antibiotics or steroids if you're using it for general skin improvement.
Check those labels.
Understand the different formulations, gel, cream, powder, and what might suit your skin. And critically, recognize the potential for sensitization with long-term continuous use because it is a medicine with additives.
So short-term use when your skin is really acting up, maybe 2 to 4 weeks, that can be beneficial.
Yes, for those temporary problematic periods, it can be a helpful tool.
But for consistent everyday skin regeneration and health,
Opting for those expertly formulated Cica creams or the cosmetic Madecassol creams is generally going to be the safer, more reliable, and often more effective choice in the long run.
right. It's a good reminder that in skincare, more isn't always better, and sometimes the pharmacy staple isn't the ideal daily solution.
Exactly. And sometimes the most effective approach is the one carefully balanced and tested by experts. True knowledge really empowers you to make smarter choices for your skin's long-term health, not just chasing a quick fix or a trend.
Definitely something to think about. Maybe share this deep dive with anyone you know who's been maybe a bit too enthusiastic about rubbing Madecassol all over their face every day.
Yeah, they might thank you for the heads up.